Good afternoon and welcome to round 4 of the A-League men's season in Australia. We're in Queensland at the Moreton Daily Stadium. And for Melbourne Victory, who finished second by a point in the league standings last season, after an opening day big blue victory over Sydney FC, it's been back-to-back home losses for Tony Popovich's side, and they can ill afford to make it a repeat of those 3 consecutive losses back in February of last season, which ultimately cost the Navy Blues the premiership. And for Brisbane, an unlucky 1-1 draw last week against Western Sydney Wanderers. They had a couple of goals ruled out late. Coach Warren Moon making just one change in forced, with Jack Hingert missing out through injury. It's the former Victory man, Rahmat Akbari, the Afghan international, who comes in for his first start of the season. For the visitors, it's a 4-3-3 formation, and despite those back-to-back losses, Tony Popovich making just 2 changes, one of those enforced. Ben Falami returning for the suspended captain Josh Brolante, and it will be Nani who drops into a more central midfield position, with Falami operating on the opposite flank to Economides, while Lee Broxham comes in for George Timoteo. Chris Beath is another experienced and recognisable face on the Australian football landscape, the 47-year-old rather, referee of the year 2 years ago, and he's been called up for the World Cup. So there's another Australian who's going. And we're underway at Moreton Daily. This match between Brisbane Roar and Melbourne Victory, 2 sides very much in need of 3 points this afternoon. I'm joined by Phil Moss in the commentary position. And Mossy, one of the things to look out for this afternoon in this one, 2 marquee men, Nani on the football there, and Charlie Austin, both of whom have had an impact already this season, but will be looking to have so much more of an impact as well.
Yes, good afternoon, Robbie. Great to be here for this one. I'm really excited about this. Both coaches making a couple of tweaks to their lineups this afternoon, and as you said, Nani coming into that more central position, so looking forward to seeing how he really links up with Ben Falami, who's such an exciting player. Of course, D'Agostino, Economides and Brimmer in midfield. But Jay O'Shea and Charlie Austin, you can just start to see their combinations for Brisbane Roar starting to take some hold, and Austin getting off the mark last week will be huge for his confidence. Not that he's a player that lacks any confidence, but all strikers need to score goals.
Joe Knowles has done well. There's nobody in the middle for the moment. Austin arriving. Oh, Knowles has done brilliantly, and it's a lone goal. No, cleared off the line. Spectacular defending from Jake Brimmer, it was. I thought for a moment he was going to carry the ball over the goal line. The referee's wristwatch would have been vibrating if it had crossed the line. He's just saying that to Jay O'Shea.
Well, first of all, that's exceptional wing play by Joe Knowles. Look at that, brilliant. Izzo gets a hand to it, and Jake Brimmer, that is heroic right there. Absolutely brilliant defending on the line.
And now Nani. Oof, there's a huge head clash, almost face on face for Aldred and D'Agostino. 2 of probably, Phil Moss, you'd have to say, the 2 toughest players on that pitch. The 2 you wouldn't want to run into, they've just run into each other. No,
that's right, certainly both tough players. No quarter asked, no quarter given, but I dare say Tommy Aldred's head might be a touch harder than D'Agostino's.
Is there blood in the mouth? Let's have a look here again.
First and foremost, let's hope that they're both okay.
Both players off the field for the moment as Nani steps up. It's over the wall. And no more danger than that for Jordan Holmes in goal.
Didn't quite get the purchase he would have liked on that, Nani. But gee, it's had a good feel to it the opening 10 or so minutes of this game.
Rico Danzaki back again, as well as Knowles looking to put Broxham under pressure. And now Economides at the other end, one-on-one with Connor Chapman. Economides taking him on, going back outside. It's deflected up dangerously towards Falami. And he's probably not known for his heading, Ben Falami. He could have done better there.
Should have done better, in my opinion. He got up brilliantly. Look at that hang time.
It is a very fast pitch here at Moreton Daly. We've seen a couple of times the ball really racing along. There's Brimmer's little 1-2. Marchand wins it back, does brilliantly well. D'Agostino settles things and victory build again. Economides, clever touch for Stéphane Negro. Now Nani deflected, and Jordan Holmes can't prevent another corner.
It was a really good little snapshot of the mentality of Melbourne Victory as well with Marchand. He didn't even think about dropping off, as we see on the Harvey Norman replay. A strike from Nani from distance that earns his side a corner. Marchand could have been forgiven for taking a backward step and just holding his ground, but no, he attacked the ball, won it back. Set Melbourne Victory on their way towards goal again.
Corner number 4. Got the ball back outside the quarter circle as Brimmer's delivery back post and cleared off the line. Well, that's one apiece.
Here's the replay of that corner from Jake Brimmer, and you can see there two Brisbane players just getting in the way of each other. Connor Chapman, and I think it might have been Akbari on that far post. Needs to be cleared off the line. But if there's a player that will benefit from having Nani in the dressing room, it is Jake Brimmer. What he will learn from being in the same dressing room on the same pitch. Massive fan of Jake Brimmer, I am. I think he's a very classy player.
Well, that's a lovely first touch from Economides onto the left foot, and he looks very disappointed with himself, which suggests nobody else got a touch on that.
That's right, and you know that he's got the quality. Look at this, he just feints there. You thought initially he might have just hit that first time, and he just feints with a beautiful first touch inside onto his left foot. Set himself up well for the strike on goal. That's why he's so disappointed. He knows he's got the quality to hit the back of the net from there, or at least force a save from Jordan Holmes.
Now O'Shea has done well. Truhan didn't look forward though. Now it's long as Truhan goes again. The header from Cadete finds Marchand. Oh, given away very cheaply by Nani. He's back to try and make amends. O'Shea looks up, good switch of play. Courtney Perkins, lovely control. Finds Austin on the left boot, and the shot is tame. But a shot it is, the first of the match for the home side.
And on target, almost a carbon copy from the other side of the goal he scored last week.
As Brisbane are coming forward again. Courtney Perkins. He's shown some quality down that left-hand side. Just 19 years of age. Spent the last 12 months at 2 different clubs in the Czech Republic. That's a good ball for Knowles. Here's Courtney Perkins again. That delivery not so good, but it falls for Joe Knowles on the right foot, deflected. And I'll tell you what, Paul Izzo didn't know too much about that one.
Well, I think this is going to go down as a wonderful chance. I think this comes off Charlie Austin. The second time of asking as Joe Knowles gets hold of it.
One that's played at the highest level all around Europe. Here he is again. It's amazing how a major tournament victory, and you'll see players of that country start travelling around the world. French players popping up everywhere after France '98. The Spanish players that we've seen in Australia since those Euro victories and the World Cup win in 2010, Portugal in 2016. And you suddenly see a newfound respect, as that's a great ball over the top for Knowles. Lays it back, the effort, oh, that was goal bound from Danzaki. Deflected wide, and all of a sudden, Brisbane waking from their slumber.
What an opening for Brisbane Roar here, as we see Knowles uses his body really well here against Lee Broxham. He's not easy to knock off the ball. Then his awareness to lay it back with the outside of his foot for Danzaki.
Into the 4th minute of 5. Still 2 minutes of stoppage time. The cross in, plenty of orange shirts in there. It falls for Akbari. Austin now. Control was lovely. looking towards his good mate Connor Chapman in the middle. And now Danzaki's header. Well, it was a good idea to generate angle without the power, but unfortunately it was straight at Isuzu.
Another good passage for Brisbane here. As you see that delivery from Neville.
Here's O'Shea again. Cross, oh, it wasn't a bad run by Knowles. And there goes the half-time whistle. Moreton Daily Stadium with a entertaining enough first 45 minutes. Melbourne victory on top for large periods of the first half, but unable to find a breakthrough. And then Brisbane, just in the last few minutes of the half and 5 minutes of stoppage time, almost stunning the visitors here. Half-time in Queensland. It's Brisbane Roar 0, Melbourne victory 0. It's going to be Brisbane Roar that get us underway. Charlie Austin hasn't heard the whistle. He's just checking with his goalkeeper that he's ready to go. He did hear the whistle. And we are underway in this second half. No changes to either side. Phil Moss joining me in the commentary position. We saw a victory on top, but a victory, as you put it, in half-time to me. Lots of huff and puff, but couldn't blow anything down. That's been the case so far.
That's right, Robbie. I was a bit surprised with Nick D'Agostino's comments walking off at half-time. That he thought they had to keep the ball better. I thought it was using the ball better in that top third that really let them down, and that cutting edge. And when you huff and puff and you don't blow the house down, it just builds confidence in the opposition that they're holding on. And we saw Brisbane finish that first half with a glut of chances, really, compared to what they'd had in the opening 35, 36 minutes.
Well, it ended 10 shots to 5 in favour of Melbourne victory, but Brisbane Roar 2 shots on target to 1. Ball all the way across the pitch to Kai Truan, the young right back. Aldred now puts it high towards Austin, looking to get the better of Broxham. Taking over is Jay O'Shea, looking for his first goal of the season. It was there for the hitting.
Certainly was. Well, first of all, great use of the body by Charlie Austin to bring the ball down on his chest, as we see the long ball played forward by Aldred, and you can see him holding off Lee Broxham, and then it was a great battle there. A little bit surprised maybe he wasn't pinged for a foul, Charlie Austin, but then Jay O'Shea, with his quality, you expect better from that.
Brisbane holding onto the ball though. They want it in the feet of O'Shea. Gets it wide now. Truan's cross towards Austin, and Paul Isuzu pulls it out of the sky one-handed. Spent the last 2 seasons in Greece with Xanthi. Well, there's where the play is at the moment. Most of it in the middle of the park. Brisbane attacking less than victory in terms of time percentages.
Gee, Joe Knowles came a long, long way out there. Jordan Holmes, sorry, I beg your pardon. Came a long way out. Clattered into D'Agostino.
They said in the halftime interview he's got a hard head, didn't he? Jordan Holmes has come and caught him there. Arms are raised as well. It's a tough one. He's a long way out from his box there.
Certainly isn't. D'Agostino got the first touch.
But Chris Beath is coming across to have a look. It's the video assistant referee is Kate Yachevitz. And here we see it now. There's the touch from D'Agostino. And now this could be trouble, real trouble. The red card is out. And Jordan Holmes is off. He's absolutely furious. D'Agostino with the touch of the ball, and then Holmes has touched the ball, yes, but it was almost incidental. He was always taking out the player. He was airborne. We saw forearms making contact. I mean, I can see where the referee is coming from with this one.
Yeah, do I agree with it 100%? Probably not, but I think if you commit to a challenge like that outside the box, you give the referee and the VAR a decision to make.
You have to get the ball first.
That's right.
If you come out like that, you have to get the ball first. Well, there is Warren Moon not happy. Back to the immediate with us. Nani's free kick floats over the crossbar and doesn't force Macklin Freak into a first save of the night. Well, Melbourne Victory Mossy have already been dominating possession. They've had more of the ball already. We can only assume that will be accentuated. They'll see more of the ball. But sooner or later, they're going to have to try and carve out a clear-cut chance. You don't, if you're Brisbane Roar, you don't just want to play with 8 at the back either and defend. You have to try and keep the ball away from your own goal as D'Agostino. And now Falami trying to bend it, back post. And was that a crucial touch in there by who? Courtney Perkins, I think it might have been.
Absolutely a crucial touch at that back post. Courtney Perkins watched it all the way onto his foot and he had to be so sharp. This is great delivery by Falami to that back post. Just wonder whether he was shooting for that bottom far corner or whether he was trying to deliver it for the runner. Either way, it was danger.
Corner for Brimmer. In it comes. The header away by Joe Knowles. And now the break is on, perhaps. Scotty Neville leading the charge forward for Brisbane. He's forced to hold it up, but not for long. Joe Knowles now up against Cadete. Austin and Danzaki in the middle. The cross. Oh, and I thought for a moment it was just going to float over Paul Izzo. But the former Adelaide man does well. Austin with O'Shea. Oh, O'Shea. He sees so much of the football. There is going to be the odd little error, but you don't want to make it there.
And against Nani. He was decent in transition.
There's a good ball over the top. Now Knowles again up against Cadete. Oh, he's turned him wonderfully. Knowles still goes down. The referee just looks at it. Still there with Austin, who blazes over. Referee says goal kick. Turns away. The Brisbane players asking. And Chris Beath, you could see there, mouthing the words to Jay O'Shea, no foul, no foul. And now another ball in for D'Agostino. The first time touch for Economides. He's able to bring it down. Again, there was time and space in the box for Melbourne Victory players. Economides, the cross in. Falls to the back post where Stefan Negro is there. The cross back in, near post. It's a good header from Nani. And it's an excellent save from the substitute keeper, Macklin Freak.
Well, that is an excellent save. Not long in the game, Macklin Freak, and he had to be absolutely razor sharp with his reflexes there. Great ball in on the second attempt by Stefan Negro. A fantastic run to the near post by Nani, and he got good purchase on the header. He had every expectation that was going to be in the back of the net, but for a fantastic save, reflex save by Macklin Freak.
Now Brimmer, the resulting corner. The header away by Mile Uznic. Back in by Negro again. Austin's header clears. One for Courtney Perkins to chase, but he doesn't want to chase too far. He knows it's coming straight back, and he's got to get back in position. Economides. Marchand crosses. Brimmer's header down. Oh, it might yet fall for Valupale. Miranda's done well. Brimmer squares it towards Nani again. D'Agostino. Nani on the left foot, blocked by Chapman. Marchand. He's still looking for his first goal. Can't think of the last time Ray Marchand had a shot at goal. He didn't look too comfortable on the edge of the box there.
Well, what a frenetic passage of play that is. There's that save from Freak. Positioned himself perfectly.
We also saw earlier this season Newcastle stun Perth with just 10 men as well and score a last-minute winner. So many precedents already this season We're in the second match of round 4 of the campaign. We've seen this configuration before with varying results. Cadete with Brimmer. Trying to turn back onto his right. Velupile, shot blocked. Cadete, cross back in towards D'Agostino. Very well defended again by Courtney Perkins.
How good was that from Tom Aldridge on the edge of the box? Absolutely throwing himself in front of that strike. Absolute scramble defence, isn't it? You see the ball clipped to the far post. Courtney Perkins doing enough there.
Corner it is. Melbourne victory. The in-swinger on the left foot of Cadete this time. The punch by Freak. And on, and now Nani. Nani rather was sitting there for the shot on the right boot. It's out for another corner. And Victory are just trying to turn up the wick here. It comes again and again. Nani has 3 headers that he's had in this match to go with about 4 or 5 shots at goal as well. And they have ceded territory. They've ceded even more possession since the sending off of Jordan Holmes. Cross in, near post. The header from Trewin. Aldred, who's done away with his bandage in the last Victory attack. Velupile with Konstantopoulos. Brimmer. They're moving the ball around. Brimmer looks up and shoots. Oh! How close was that? Oh! Well, that was almost the quality we've been missing so far.
That was almost brilliant from Jake Brimmer's perspective. From Brisbane Roar, you cannot give a player of that quality that time and space outside the box. On the Harvey Norman replay, you can see exactly what he's looking to do. A little bit further away than what we might have anticipated on first glance, but you cannot give Jake Brimmer that sort of time and space on the edge of the box. He will hurt you.
And it's Cyrus Demi, who's still looking for his first A-League men's goal, but like Leighton Brooks, has enjoyed plenty of cup success last season. A hat-trick early on in the campaign for Brisbane. Appearance number 21 for the 20-year-old, as here goes Tommy Juric. Tommy Juric with the chance. And he just felt a striker, despite all the injury problems over the last couple of seasons, of that pedigree. He's got that in his locker.
He certainly does. You could see he was just waiting for the ball to come down so he could strike it. Connor Chapman stuck to his task.
And now down in front of those travelling Victory supporters. Brimmer, in it comes. Oh, and it's over, everyone. And was that the moment? It was. Brimmer doesn't have the key to unlock this Brisbane defence. An even contest that was physical, that was tactical. It's all finished at Moreton Daily Stadium. Brisbane Roar 0, Melbourne Victory 0.